it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we're going to be making a card using this paper pack from Basic Grey called Little Black Dress. That's what I've got here, this gorgeous craft, and it is 7 by 5, obviously folded. I picked out some sheets of paper which I thought was really a nice sheet. Now the one I went for was so many, but I really liked this one, and I picked some tones that went with it. So we had, I don't know, this one I think, and then lighter cream as well that went really well with it. So what I've got here is I've pre-cut them. This is 3 inches by the 5, and then this is a 1/4 inch down, so it is 5 inches by 2 3/4. So first of all I'm going to just stick that down on top. I'm not sticking it yet to the card, so I'm just going to be using my Cosmic Shimmer glue here. Now you've got a little bit of movement time with your Cosmic Shimmer, so pop that to one side for the minute and my card, and then I'm going to get my die. And I've got this lovely set from Spellbinders, Labels 1, and I've taken the second one up, so the second smallest, and I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut out my sentiment from here. But obviously the first thing to do, and I think the sensible thing to do, is stamp it first. That way we can know for sure that the die is going to be going around the sentiment. Okay, I'm also using a stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and this is called Handwritten Greetings, and I'm going to be using Celebrate, and I'm also going to be using my Versafine, and then just gently popping that down. Don't squish too hard, because otherwise what you find is you actually squash the sentiment and it goes too thick, so you get not the lovely fine detail. Okay, so I've got my Sizzix magnetic plate, so we've got that first. Then I've got a matte acrylic plate. Then I'm going to put my paper with my sentiment. Then I'm going to get my die with the cut side down. Now having the magnetic plate there means that in theory that should hold, which it is. And I want to make sure it's on the bottom edge of this die. Get my Sizzix machine and pop it through, and that's the beauty of this magnetic plate, it just goes through so easily. Okay, so that down, and let's see, that's going to have cut through fine, I'm sure, because I heard it go. So there we go, there's our die shape. I think that looks really nice. I love those labels. So we're going to pop that to one side now. Okay, so next we're going to put this tape around, ribbon around, and I'm just going to get some glue and adhere it on the back, just down the centre here. And this is that lovely tape, that binding that you get, which is really nice. And it's just holding that in place so that when we do our ribbon, our bow, it's going to be held in place and it's not going to move about too much. Okay, so then I'm just going to snip off the excess, and here as well, like so. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the Cosmic Shimmer and pop a little blob just behind our bow so that it's holding it in place. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is just pop this piece, my little die, onto the back of here to create our little tab. So all I'm going to do is, again, taking my Cosmic Shimmer and just putting a little bit of glue on the top of that label there, and positioning it just about there, I think. There we go. So I'm happy with that. I think that is going to look really nice now. Before I attach that to the card, I'm going to use my crocodile here, and I'm going to, instead of putting some gems or anything down the bottom of my card, I'm going to actually put some little eyelets. I just thought it would be fun just to put eyelets as decoration in their own right, not to actually put anything through particularly. So now I just want to mark where I want to position my little eyelets so that I make sure that I'm happy with them before I start punching holes. Okay, so now we've marked that up, we need to set our crocodile. Now you've got, we want the bigger hole, so it's the bottom one here, or the top one, depending which way you hold it, I guess. And we need to move this dial here, so we're going to unscrew that little screw there, and then that will move back and forward. Now you don't have to do that if you think you're going to do it by eye, but when there's a couple like this, I want to be sure that I'm getting it the right distance each time. Don't ask me what depth this is, I haven't got a clue. I'm just going by what feels right, so that's great. So then we're going to take that, we're going to butt our card up to that, because that creates like a little bar at the back there, just see here, and you butt your card up to that bar, and then you can punch and it will be in the right position. So that's our 3 holes done. So then we're going to take our eyelet and we're going to pop it through that hole. We're going to then, making sure that it's on the right size. To be honest, I never change mine, so they do twist around so that you can deal with different size eyelets, but I tend to always use the same size so that it doesn't matter. Making sure that the little dot, as it were, the post, so that's your little post there, and this says base, so it's pretty clear, that goes through the top of your eyelet and that goes underneath. So then we're just going to gently pop it in. I push my card upwards so that the eyelet is actually over the post, and then I push it closed, not so ridiculously hard that you squash your card, but enough just to squash the back like that, so it's nicely, it's not scratchy. So that's our 3 eyelets done, and I think that's just adding a little bit of fun to the card. So then the next thing and the last thing I need to do is just pop that down onto my card front. So I'm just going to use my glue gel to do that. So just taking that over. Now I'm not particularly doing this again for height, it's just that there is a die behind. I think the cosmic shimmer will be fine, to be honest, but there's quite a bit there, and it's got that extra, it's got the ribbon and it's got the extra layer of the die, so I'd rather be sure that the difference in depth is just taken into account. So then we're just popping that down on the front of the card like so, and that's that bit done. Okay, so that's it, that's our card finished. So it's a nice simple card, but I think it looks really elegant. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed making this card with me, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!